Hi, thanks for joining me today to talk about puppy pose or Anahatasana, the heart opening pose. This is when you take the pose of a playful puppy, and if you happen to have a puppy around, they might decide it's playtime, so heads up there. This is a great opener for the chest, the side body, the shoulders, nice opening for the fascia on the front of your spine, depending on how you do it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between the yin or more passive version and the yang or more active version here. It's in one of my yin classes that this question came up. So we're going to explore first the more yang version because it's important to understand how to engage your body to protect yourself if that's something your body needs. In yin, we try to be as passive as possible, so we only employ those engagements when necessary. So join me on all fours. If you need padding under your knees, go right ahead and grab that. We're going to talk first about modification for the shoulders. So if your shoulders are really tight, you don't really want to do the full version of this pose. You're going to be screaming. So you do the quarter puppy and it'll feel a whole lot more controllable. You're going to take one hand right behind the other, palm down, and then bring your forearm and elbow to the floor. Now your front hand is going to walk forward as you lay your forehead down on the forearm that is on your mat. This way you can take yourself only as deep as you want to in this posture because you've got a lot more control. You've got the support of that forearm on your mat. All the other principles in this posture work the same, whether you're doing full puppy or quarter puppy. So I'll be demonstrating from full puppy or full Anahatasana. I'm going to keep my hips right over my knees, so I'm not moving them forward or back. I want them right over the knees as much as possible here. And I'm going to begin to walk my hands forward. Now I'm keeping my shoulders and forearms strong as I do this so that I can control hips right over the knees. When I feel like I've gone pretty far forward as I can go while still controlling it, I'm going to begin to settle my chest down towards the mat. Now, if I had low back issues here, this is when I start to draw my belly button towards my spine. And you might be able to see that in the video, that as I do that, that low back rounds a little bit. And this protects me from doing too much of a back bend there. Chest descending towards the floor, head wherever it feels good. If my shoulders are tight, at this point, I'll bring my forearms down. And then I'll have a little bit more support here. If they're not, then I'll keep my elbows straight. Palms still pressing into the mat, nice and strong. Now the idea here is chest opening. So you're thinking about getting your sternum down to the mat. You're not forcing it though. Supporting yourself by strong shoulders, strong palms, strong belly. If you are flexible enough to get your chest on the floor, the question becomes, what do I do with my head? You can turn it to the side if that feels okay, or you can keep your chin or forehead on your mat. So this is the more yang version of the pose. To release, I want to really engage through my core, lift my shoulders, and walk my hands back, and I'm back on all fours. So the principles of engagement there, belly in to create a little bit of roundness in that low back, just so it's supported and not too much of an arch for whatever you have going on there. Palms firm on your mat, firm. Shoulders strong and broad. And the hips staying right over the knees. Not forward, not back, right over. Nice 90-degree angle there between your knees and the mat. Now, if you're doing puppy in the yin version, and things get a little bit different. Remember, we want to be as passive as possible, but that might mean we need to keep some engagement to keep ourselves healthy. So keep the engagement that you need. Hips over the knees here. I'm going to walk my hands forward again. This is just like before, or you can do the quarter puppy with your forearm down. And then I'm going to soften my shoulders, relax my hands and arms as I descend my chest towards the floor. Now, if I can't relax my shoulders, I might take my arms a little bit wider. I might even bend my elbows a little bit here. But the idea is to let go of that engagement as much as possible while still remaining safe. Again, you can turn your head to the side if that works better for you, or chin or forehead on your mat. Sometimes I end up with my mouth right on my mat. Just make sure you're comfortable with whatever might be on your mat. To release this pose, you have a couple options. Bring your elbows down, bend the elbows and plop onto your belly, or engage your arms and press yourself back, just like you did in the more yang version. So I hope this was a helpful tutorial on puppy pose for you and give you a few little hints as to how you can really tweak it to make it work well for your body. It can be super intense, this posture. You're getting into some tight areas for most of us. So if that's the case for you, be kind, be gentle, and if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you another time.